The school gate has 100 small sounds every morning. Bags zipping, shoes squeaking against tile. Somewhere in all that noise, a smaller sound, a little hand, quietly pulling out of yours. It's okay, Mommy, I can walk in myself. You smile, you wave, you watch them cross into the gate without looking back. And somewhere between there and the car, you cry a little. Not because anything is wrong, because everything finally is right. Maybe it's you at that gate, one day soon. Maybe it already happened, and you're only now catching your breath. Rewind a few years, same mother, a different gate this time, the door to a labor room. She was terrified, not really of the pain, of losing control, of not knowing what her own body was about to do, or whether she could trust it. Every pregnant mother knows this particular fear, the one that shows up around week 30 uninvited and doesn't leave until someone hands you your baby. A friend mentioned hypnobirthing over coffee. She rolled her eyes a little. If we're honest, hypnotized at birth sounds like something from a late-night infomercial. But she went to one class anyway, then another. Somewhere between the breathing techniques and the birth stories from other mothers in the room, something in her shifted. Not the fear leaving completely. Fear rarely does that. But she learned how to breathe through it instead of bracing against it. They were taught something simple. A contraction is just a muscle contracting, not an emergency, not a warning bell, just her body doing exactly what it was built to do. Her husband trained for that role too. Memorizing counts, learning where to press on her lower back, practicing until it wasn't awkward anymore. On the day itself, the room was dim. Soft music, low voices, her husband's hand steady on her back, counting her breaths like he had rehearsed it his whole life. No panic, no bright lights, no shouting, just her breath, her body, and a baby who arrived calmer than anyone had expected, hers included. Later, the midwife said something she never forgot. You didn't fight this birth, you worked with it. She held on to that sentence longer than she held the epidural she never needed. The first night in recovery, her newborn's fingers wrapped around one of hers, that grip, so small, so fierce. Nobody warns you how hard that first tiny squeeze holds onto your whole heart. She remembers thinking quite plainly, I will hold this hand forever. New mothers think that. It's one of the sweetest lies we tell ourselves. The weeks after weren't glamorous. Cracked nipples, no sleep, a confinement nanny with opinions about everything, but that grip, that one small hand, got her through the parts nobody photographs. Fast forward toddler years, car parks, playgrounds, and that same little hand, now sticky with something she chose not to identify. Gripping hers like the ground might tip over otherwise. Some days it drove her mental, honestly. Untangling small fingers from her hair at 2 a.m., prying a hand off her leg just to get dinner on the table. She didn't know it then. She was living in the middle of the very thing she would someday miss. That's parenthood. Quiet trick. You rarely recognize the good old days while you're standing in them. Which brings us back to that school gate. The small little hand, once wrapped so tightly around one finger, now waving from a distance. Not gone, just growing. And nobody tells you that a letting go can feel like grief and pride sharing the exact same heartbeat. Here's what she didn't expect. The same breath that carried her through labor was the same breath that carried her through this moment too. In, out. Let it be what it is. 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗹𝗱 taught her to trust the body during birth. Motherhood kept her teaching to trust the process long after the birth was over. One more thing worth saying out loud. This isn't really a story about school gates. It's a story about every small letting go a parent does. Starting from the very first breath in that labor room, letting go. Look it up and you'll find something clinical. To release one's grip on something. But any parent standing at that gate knows it means something else entirely. It means I raised you well, that you no longer need my hand to feel safe, and really isn't that the whole point? Trust, it turns out, is not something you build once and keep. You rebuild it at every stage, at every gate. Somebody once told her, enjoy it while they still hold your hand. One day, they'll only call you for money. She laughed, mostly because it was true. So if you're new to this, pregnant, nervous, maybe scared of a birth you can't quite picture yet, here's something worth knowing early. How you meet the beginning shapes how you carry everything after. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a breath you can return to again and again. Whatever things, or whenever things stop going the way you pictured them. A calm birth doesn't promise an easy childhood, nothing does. But learning to breathe through fear instead of fighting it, that's a skill you'll use at every gate life hands you. The labor room, the kindergarten gate, someday a car pulling out of your driveway with a driver's license inside it. New parents take this from a mother a few gates ahead of you. The fear you feel now is not a flaw, it is proof you love fiercely before you even met them. Hold the hand today, really hold it. The sticky one, the impatient one, the one already halfway out the door. One day, and it comes faster than anyone wants you, that hand will let go on its own. And when it does, you will want to know that you held on well while you still could. And if nobody has told you recently, thank you for showing up. You are probably doing better than you think.